There's nothing more irresistible to a politician than a TV camera. Put a camera in the middle of Capitol Hill and Nancy Pelosi will drape herself in African tribal robes and even take a knee. Put a camera 10 yards from Mayor Pete's office and Pete will even hop out of his gas-guzzling SUV and start riding his bike to work. Put a camera in Africa and Jill Biden will go there just to watch him dance. And if you're Biden, you'll even walk through a war zone just to get a campaign photo. Cameras are like crack to these people. But once the cameras are off, it doesn't matter if your town got toxic train wrecked like it did in East Palestine, Ohio. Those same people will act like you don't exist, like nothing ever happened. It's like everybody who's supposed to care is as far away from this town as they can be. They're not even going in for a photo op, not bothering to hand out bottled water and act like they care. No, it's like Joe and Jill are competing to see who can be further away from this toxic train wreck. Pete's only getting around now to talking about it.
What do you say to people who see the president's visit to Ukraine but don't see you or the president in East Palestine?
Well, the biggest thing I want residents of East Palestine to know is that they're not alone.
But these people have felt alone for weeks. When they were getting migraines, they were breaking out in hives, and the only answer they were getting was that everything was fine. So no surprise when someone finally does show up, they go wild. They get excited, just like they did today when Trump came to East Palestine.
Hey, hello, everybody. What's your specialty today?
How are you today? Nice to meet you.
Hello, everybody. That's a nice, beautiful-looking group of people. So I know this menu better than you do, okay? I probably know it better than anybody in here. We're going to take care of the fire department.
Okay.
We're going to take care of the police department. I want to take care of them. Plus the people that are in here, they're going to get a nice free meal, all right? Thank you, everybody.
These people are just grateful someone is there for them. It means a lot that a former president would fly all the way from Florida, bring them pallets of fresh water, and buy everybody Big Macs. A move like this goes a long way with people. You know the phrase, half a life is just showing up. And that's what Americans want from our politicians. Show up, show that you care, say that you love them, and deliver. It's cold, it's raining, Trump showed up.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
What's your message to Joe Biden before you leave?
Thank you. Get over here.
And Biden should have been there 2 weeks ago, along with Pete, where they should have been handing out pallets of water and drinking the tap water they said was fine. If not that, at least show up and listen to them.
The thing that upsets me most is because I've heard it numerous times of referring to us as the low-class people of East Palestine.
Yes, ma'am.
We're not low-class. We're not stupid. We weren't born last night. I know that chemicals land on the top of the ground, and until we get a heavy rain or heavy snow and it pulls that down into the ground, our wells aren't affected right now. You can test wells all day long. It doesn't matter. It hasn't reached there yet.
Yes, ma'am.
But Mayor Pete's taking some personal time.
What do you have to say to the folks in Ohio, East Palestine, who are suffering right now?
Well, I'd refer you to about a dozen interviews I've given today, and if you'd like to arrange a conversation, be sure to reach out to our press office, but I'm not going to have that conversation with you. Just walking
You
down
don't
the
have a
street
message
here.
for them?
I do, and I shared it with the press many times today. I'd refer you to those comments.
Would you mind sharing it with us?
No, I'm going to refer you to the comments that I made to the press because right now I'm taking some personal time and I'm walking down the street.
Are you going down there?
What's that?
Are you going down there at all?
Yeah, I am.
When are you going?
I'll share that when I'm ready.
Okay,
Not talking on the
thank you.
street. Can I get a photo of you?
Yeah.
Why did Pete take a picture of the woman? Is she now on the no-fly list? I mean, it feels like the whole country's on the no-fly list, the way you're running the airports. The point is, you don't bother Pete when he's out on a date with Chasten. He's taking some personal time. Pete's off the clock. And you better respect that, even if it means people might get cancer. Pete's only going to East Palestine tomorrow because he got shamed into it. The White House can't afford not to go when Trump's out there having Big Mac attacks, especially since it took him days to even start pretending to care.
And I just have to ask, because it did take you a couple of days to respond publicly, or several days to respond publicly to this particular incident. Do you wish you would have spoken out sooner?
Yes, I was focused on just making sure that our folks on the ground were all set, but could have spoken sooner about how strongly I felt about this incident, and that's a lesson learned for me.
Don't worry, Pete promises he'll care the next time there's a chemical explosion, as long as it doesn't conflict with his personal time. We know how needy Chasten can be. He promises to go on TV sooner to let people know that this is the kind of thing that happens all of the time.
There's clearly more that needs to be done because while this horrible situation has gotten a particularly high amount of attention, there are roughly 1,000 cases a year of a train derailing. Obviously, they have levels of severity, but where all of that points us to is a need to continue to raise the bar.
Don't blame him for not worrying about something that happens 1,000 times a day. I mean, he was swamped with more important things the week of the crash, like going to Texas to attack racist bridges. He didn't have time to fix rickety railroads. The week after the crash, he was busy bemoaning white construction workers.
We have heard way too many stories from generations past of infrastructure where you got a neighborhood, often a neighborhood of color, that finally sees the project come to them, but everyone in the hard hats on that project looking like, doing the good-paying jobs, don't look like they came from anywhere near the neighborhood.
Right. We could have used some of those white construction workers to fix that rail line. Pete was so busy fighting environmental racism that he ignored a working-class white town that got rocked by toxins. Now, tomorrow he's going to tell East Palestine that he cares about him. But is it too little, too late? Primetime would like to deliver a message, though, to the town of East Palestine tonight. Be respectful to Mayor Pete. You can tell him how you feel, but be respectful. We know you're angry. Those cameras are going to be rolling.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.